Hey guys, what's going on? So I'm gonna make this relatively short. I don't know about sweet, I don't know about bitter, but it's gonna be short, relatively speaking. Guys, there's this. What I'm about to say has been said a lot in the past like 2 or 3 days by various people in Israel, commentators, politicians, etc., just regular citizens. Unfortunately, it's been in Hebrew for the Israeli audiences, so I'm gonna say this for you guys in English, and I'm sure everybody that I've spoken to in private agrees with what I'm about to say, and I confidently say that I like to speak for every single normal, so-called right-wing normal Jew or pro-Israel Jew, or anybody who's really pro-Israel at all, doesn't matter Jewish or not Jewish, who lives in America and elsewhere, and in Israel as well. Guys, the so-called deal that's on the table, or the various deals that have been put on the table, whether it's 3,000 orcs, 2,000 orcs, 1,000 orcs, or 500 orcs, or even 300 orcs. And yes, folks, for those of you who get upset or offended, oh, Tzvi, how can you call... Are you saying all Arabs are orcs? I'm not saying that. No, they're not all of them orcs. But these Hamas guys are orcs. If you take a little child hostage, or if you cut out a baby out of its mother's womb and you burn the baby in front of the mother, and then you RAPE the mother, you're an orc, okay? An orc, you know those creatures from Lord of the Rings? It's worse than an orc, actually. It's worse. It's way worse. So trading orcs for our people, right? If this deal goes through, trading all of these orcs for hostages, dead or alive, and not taking over Gaza, right? If we don't do this, if we do that and we don't take over Gaza, this will go down as being Israel's version of Afghanistan and Vietnam combined. A lot of people like to say that Lebanon 2006 was like Vietnam, Israel's Vietnam. Folks, I beg to differ. This is going to be all of these young men who perished in this war, in Gaza and also in Lebanon, Gaza specific, more so. It will go down as the most senseless war Israel ever had. Maybe anybody has ever had. It will go down as Vietnam and Afghanistan combined, my friends. That's what this will be. Those of you guys are saying, Tzvi, how can you disrespect our soldiers like that, this and that and the other? Folks, I'm personally not disrespecting the soldiers. And by the way, not only will it be Afghanistan and Vietnam combined, we will, short of, as my Frank likes to say, supernatural intervention from Hashem and or Mashiach's arrival, we will have another October 7th, because we will release someone akin to a new Yahya Sinwar. This person will plan the next October 7th attack on us. It will not only turn this whole situation into Afghanistan plus Vietnam combined, and these soldiers will have died in vain. We will have something as bad or worse soon coming out of Gaza yet again, my friends. And it doesn't matter if there's going to be some kind of international so-called peacekeeping force, or whomever is going to be there. UN, America, Europe, EU, I don't know, Russia, Egypt, I don't know who the hell is going to be there. Saudis, whomever, right? The Qatari, I don't know who's going to be there, guys. The Chinese, the Pony Express. This is this guy, comedian. He's like, your sister's ass in the Pony Express. I don't care who's going to be there. The point is, guys, it's going to be the biggest. When I say Afghanistan and Vietnam, guys, I'm talking about strictly, operationally, militarily. With all respect to the soldiers themselves, it will be operationally, militarily rendered as Afghanistan and Vietnam combined. Israeli version of that. If we do not take Gaza, which is our land, and if we pull out of there and we give them back these orcs, yes, orcs, I'm going to say that, orcs until the cows come home, You're not going to stop me from saying it. And then one of them is going to be Yahya Sinwar, and we're going to get another caca on our hands. So, my friends, let's daven. I really hope that this whole thing that we're hearing about is a what's called playing chicken. That this is Bibi, and also maybe Trump, and also maybe even Biden playing chicken, with the understanding that Trump means what he says when he comes, that if the hostages are not returned, that he's going to release Gehenna basically on earth onto Gaza, right? With that understanding, maybe they're all playing chicken. They're all trying to tighten the vice grip on Hamas and negotiate down to the, to bare bones, right? Of nothingness for Hamas, and for us to get, at least the people who are alive back, if not everybody, if not the bodies and the people who are alive. I hope it's that, guys. I really hope it's that. Why? Because we have 6 days left. The clock is ticking, right? Tick tock, tick tock. So either we're gonna get the disaster that I described, right? Current, and it's gonna be, this whole thing's gonna be in vain, or we're gonna get, or it's gonna be like just a vice grip, and then we'll get, good things, hopefully at the end of the week, or God forbid the hostages will not be returned, and then Trump will be inaugurated, and then Gehenna, and then the Middle East will turn into, at the very least, Gaza will turn into Gehenna. And I don't know what's going to be with the hostages. Nobody knows. But hell to pay is not just an expression when Trump says something like that. So, in the words of Trump, to quote Trump, let's see what happens.